Happy fucking Mother's Day. Uh, Here we go again already. Mr. Perry is threatening. He's threatened to frame me for a murder for a long time. He's threatened second false arrest over we've been over the prostitution by sock thing. I always keep socks on my feet and when I'm dancing, but I take my shoes off so I don't poke a hole in the furniture. And he was trying to do the, selective prosecution. Everybody does. Everybody takes their shoes off so they don't poke a hole in the furniture or their feet hurt. So he wanted me arrested for prostitution. It's, there's no sex, there's no money exchanged for taking the shoes off for that act. It's just a lap dance. It's an air lap dance, actually. And, but Mr. Perry has been engaged in sick, twisted crime all his life, and he hid it, and when he started doing it to me, everything changed, and the man cannot get that. He's got Huntington's disease. It causes paranoia. He's delusional, diagnosed delusional, paranoid, hallucinates, sees things that aren't there, and impaired cognitive reasoning. When he does the crime to me, he gets caught. Nothing else has happened in 10 years, but he gets caught, and he cannot fucking get that. Everybody fucking hates him. He's not getting that either. We can get information at the snap of a finger. I'm going to name his people again. He has not one name of anybody helping me at all. He asks every day, and nobody will tell him anything. Everybody hates him. I left. I don't like the guy. Everybody fucking hates this man. He's heinous. He's hideous. He's a creature. He's not human. He's a monster. He's raping me. He's got sex weirdo problems wazoo. Why is he not with Jackie today, the mother of his children? He's already ruined a perfectly great day. Ruined it. Anything good, he'll fuck it up. Anything fun, he'll fuck it up. It's what he does all day long. Sits on his ass, butts into shit that doesn't concern him, is like nosy body Connie Curry, metal. Tries to speak for me. Nobody speaks for me but me. Nobody speaks for me but me. Anybody that continues to try to do that, stop. I speak for me. No one else speaks for me. Mr. Perry is hated. He's not liked. Everybody tells on him. I don't know about everybody, but he has leaks. We have information from inside his criminal organization no one else has. I'm going to name his people again. It's been said over and over and over and over. He can't name one of my guys. He can't quote one of their meetings, not even one. We quote them 24/7. 90% of my time is taken up typing up recordings of them, trying to do one more thing to me. Day after day. It's this, and then it's that, and then it's this, and harm after loss, after profound loss, after catastrophic loss, after harm, after threats. Constantly threatened. You guys want to deliver me to your guy in Houston that bought me. And I said no. Human trafficking is a very serious, fucked up, sicko crime. I said no. Everything after that is coercion. That's another crime. Who is getting me this information? You don't even know. Nobody else knows they're trafficked beforehand. I do. We get the information before. We have to put it out before. We're proving criminal intent. You know it's a crime. You're going to do it anyway. It's malicious, and you premeditated it. It's called witness tampering. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Interference with commerce with intent to coerce. Interference with contracts with intent to coerce. Deprivation of basic human rights and needs, food and shelter, with intent to coerce. Harass, threaten. Sits on his butt, watches everybody else who has a life, thinks that's a romance. It's just sick. You're sick. You make people's stomach turn. I can get information like that. Nobody will tell you who gets that from you to me. How many phone calls have you made? Everybody hates you. Everybody fucking hates you. Everybody's sick of you. Why can't you get that? Everybody's sick of this. Why can't you get that? Your mental illness is off the rails, out of control. Mark, you can go to jail with your client for failure to restrain him. Get him in the nut house and sedated or something. He has no control. None at all. So, Lucius, Bald Fat Calvin, Blankenship, Desiree, Geppetto, your witch, Sonjay, your hacker, Beverly, Kate, James, Ruben, Richard, Dickey, Lawrence, Andrew, Jeremy and Jordan, Bittencourt, Monique. Who's Monique and where is she right now? I mean, come on with this. He's typing in my phone first thing this morning. We have a knife. Blood is on your hands. We have a knife. We have a gun and DNA. Oh my God. Happy Mother's Day. Where's your wife, Jackie, and the mother of your kids? Why are you bothering me again? All last night. We're taking your car. Make sure, tell us when she goes to sleep so we can go get that car away from her. We have to deliver to the guy in Houston. The only way we can do that is take everything she has, so she's destitute and has no choice but to be delivered. Where I'm going to have to sign an affidavit saying I lied. All this time I lied. Never mind, I said it before. I told you so. I did say. We just said. We just got the intel. We just heard your meeting. Dumb fuck. You're caught. You're just caught. You're not loved, you're not wanted, you're told on and told on and told on and caught and told on and caught and told on and caught, and you act like you have no fucking idea. You embarrass the fuck out of me. You're stupid. You're weirdo. I've never met anybody as weird as you. So is the Houston realtor guy that bought me. All of you. Who signs up for Team Weirdo? Who the fuck signs up for that? That's the best you can do with your life? And your day is signed up for Team Freaky Jason, Strango. Come on. We can get information and you can't. Why is that, Lucius? Why is that, Calvin? We can get your name. You don't have anybody's name. You don't have a Fabian puzzle. You don't have shit. You're turned away. You call and call and call. Are you stopping my crime? Is it you? Please stop stopping my crime. And you are turned away empty-handed over and over and over and over. People are uncomfortable with what you people are doing. Day after day after day. You're blowing up lives. You're blowing up the lives of little kids. And you're getting caught this time. It's different when you do it to me. It's the same every time you do it. You're caught. Mr. Perry, everybody knows what you're doing. It's not a secret. You want me to sign your lie, and then I won't live past another day so I don't pop out and say, oh, he made me say that. Everybody knows that. You're a necrophiliac. Everyone knows that too. You're a voyeur. Everyone knows that too. You were molested as a kid, and you like sadism shit, and you're a sick little fuck, and no one cares. Nobody cares. You know what everybody cares about? The horrible losses you've caused your victims. Everyone cares how they feel and what they want and what they need. Lots of people are molested as a kid. They don't act like you. You just can't keep up. 99.9% of the population does not act like you. Molested or not. Look at Oprah Winfrey. Look at Maya Angelou. There's countless people who were molested as a kid and they don't ruin someone else's life. Jeff Epstein. You're just a sick little fuck. A boring nothing. I left. I don't like you. I don't like you. So we heard the conversations about the traffic court. Okay, we got it. You got it on wire today. Let me reiterate. There was a not guilty plea entered. And nothing else said. Except, I need discovery. I need the dash cam. I need the body cam. I need a list of times that I was pulled over in the months right around this one. Because it was fucking excessive. It was day after day. I'm pulled over and pulled over and pulled over and pulled over and pulled over. I was targeted. The pullover itself was illegal. I want it dismissed. It's entrapment. It was illegal. Not only that, but there's gender discrimination against a domestic violence victim. And I'm telling the officer, I'm a victim of domestic violence. This is part of that. And he ignored me. I have the right to equal protection. And he ignored me. and couldn't wait to write me a ticket. And that is obscene and awful, and he has no business being a police officer. I was raised in 4 generations of police. I know exactly what a cop is supposed to do. Protect and serve and relieve suffering caused by crime. That is the job, and that is the only requirement of the job. And if you can't do it and do it well, get the fuck out of law enforcement. You don't need to be in it. You're the thing that makes everybody want to defund police. Get out of it. Just like that. Boldly I say it. I don't care what you think. No one cares what you guys think. No one cares. Everybody's worried about victims of crime, not you, and you need a cover up, and you need a lie. And you're going to harass everybody into being trafficked or bullied or, raped or murdered or framed. Period. That's it. Everybody's sick of the corruption. Everybody's sick of the crime. It was second on the list in polling. If you watch anything on the news, I just watched a special on the Casey Anthony thing. Most hated woman in America, they said. You're the most hated man in America right now. You have no idea. You have no idea. Just because there's news media sitting on this right now doesn't mean they'll always sit on it. You have no fucking idea. You're hated. You're very abusive, you're very cruel, you're very sick, and you're very twisted. The city prosecutor said that I'm not entitled, he withheld, concealed, intentionally, that list. That means there's a list. And what is TPD's duty to intervene? Why would you withhold that? Unless you have something to hide, you're guilty. So I file a motion to dismiss on Brady violations. I'm entitled to exculpatory evidence. My argument is the pullover itself was fucking illegal. It should have never happened. It should have never fucking happened in the first place. And there's gender discrimination. I have the right to equal protections of the laws in the state where I live, both state and federal. I have the right to go to work and not be harassed. I have the right to a harassment-free workplace. Whether that might be a club, that might be door dashing, Mr. Perry. Okay? You don't have the right to harass me. You don't have the right to invade my privacy. You don't have the right to sell me. You don't have the right to shit. You're not getting those rights. This bullshit lie you think you're entitled to. All of you little pathetic criminal, sad little maniacs with nothing to define you but your sad little crimes, think you're entitled. Were you on welfare or something as a kid? Golly, it's making people angry. People, if you watch the news, step up to end suffering. It's not normal to want to hurt people all the time. It's not normal. You're not entitled to a lie. You're not entitled to commit crime against me and get away with it. And you're not. If TPD can't do it, it's fine. They didn't give me the McNamara email, did they? Or this. Some other cops did that. Nobody will tell you who. Nobody will tell you who. Everybody hates you. You don't understand. So I file a motion to dismiss on Brady violations. I'm entitled to the exculpatory evidence. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? The judge says you can go outside and conference with the city prosecutor, and maybe he has a reasonable explanation as to why he did not give that to you. And I said, I'm not comfortable with that. What I would like to do is have him come here into the courtroom and on the record tell us why I don't have the evidence. Why is he withholding exculpatory evidence? I allege perjury. You have a duty to disclose a material fact. You intentionally concealed that material fact, and it is substantial enough to change the outcome of the deciding body. Why else are you concealing it? Where's the fucking list? He comes in and he says, I'm withholding it based on relevance. The judge then says, let's have a hearing in 2 weeks. You need to explain to me in a brief, why is it not relevant? He did not do that. He He instead files a brief and says she's not entitled to a hearing based on a motion to dismiss on insufficient evidence, which has nothing to do with what I said in my brief. I did not argue or assert the grounds of insufficient evidence. I asserted the grounds of give me the fucking evidence or dismiss this. Because it's exculpatory and you're withholding it, and that is illegal. You could be disbarred. Right now, you could go to jail too, and you didn't explain what you've done, sir. And you didn't bother to cover your ass. Didn't even try. Didn't answer the question on relevance. There's not one reason in his brief, in his reply, as to why he feels it's not relevant. Nothing. Instead, he goes off on a tangent that has nothing to do with what I asserted. Insufficient evidence was not what I asserted. Brady was. It's a whole different thing. Now, whoever continues to speak for me, stop. Stop. I entered a plea of not guilty. I then said this pullover shouldn't have even happened. It shouldn't have happened. It happened a lot. I need the list. There's a list, TPD. Why are you concealing it? You look guilty when you do that, just so you know. People aren't stupid. They're angry at you. You have allowed this to go on in Oklahoma. Somebody else is helping me. They're angry at you. I can get what y'all just said. You have leaks too. Judy, we heard, called Chief Franklin and chewed his ass out and threatened to put him in jail for contempt of court. Overreached like a motherfucker. You don't get to do that. Why are you in her court anyway? How do I know you're in her court? Is she, confirm or deny? Chief Franklin has a legal obligation to uphold the law and apply the law equally. In Tulsa, where I live, and I've lived in Oklahoma for 9 years. I came here to be with my family and get away from a monster. I'm going to tell you guys at TPD right now. You don't know what I know. I'm quoting y'all. Who's Blankenship and Desiree? Who's Richard? Mr. Perry's a serial killer. Had you investigated him? Like, is it your job? You would have bumped into our guys, most likely. Just bumped right into him. This is 9 years. They have a bigger case. When they're ready to make arrests, they'll make arrests. In the meantime, what are you doing about the shit going on in your jurisdiction? There was a time period where our guys said, we're going to back off just a little so that Tulsa police can do their job. And if they refuse to do their job, then we're going to have to do it for them. We don't have a choice. We have an obligation to preserve and protect life. You don't get to show depravity for human life. It isn't just Cynthia's life at stake. There's a lot of people. He's a serial killer and a necrophiliac. And he is sat on his fat, lazy ass daydreaming about sex with my dead body. And Lucky said that right before his murder. The problem with Lucky is he tried to do too much on his own by himself. He liked to do things big, and I get that. And the dispatcher testified in the murder trial of Officer Neely, who there's no way could have done that murder, and you know that. Surely you're not stupid and you know that. Surely you're cops and you use good judgment. You had to be tested, right, to be hired? That you're the kind of guy or woman who can use good judgment. Right? Okay. You can't beat somebody to death while you're unconscious and in respiratory distress because somebody spiked your drink with opioids. And then you have to be given Narcan so you don't die, too. And you can't beat somebody's head back and forth and back and forth and back and forth so hard it comes off his body and not have a mark on you. There's no way. It's not doable. You can't do it. The place that he was found, you can't get a punch off in that small confined area. He was placed there. And then Mike thrown on top of him. And he sat in jail for 3 years for something he did not do. And he's a cop. He was trying to help me. They both were. I don't care what lie Charles comes up with. Shove the lie up his ass. It is important that crime be stopped. We live in a civil society. It will continue to perpetrate until you stop it. And if you don't want to be part of that team, I don't know what to say. We don't know what to say. You just go at me and 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 go at me. And then run around and go, how'd she find out? How'd she know? Constantly. And everybody's sick of this. Everybody's sick of it, Captain Gimpy. You know why he's called Captain Gimpy? Because when this stuff lands on his desk, what are you, major crimes? I don't know who you are. All I know is we heard one guy tell you, you need to step up and do the right thing here and not go gimpy on her. She's in the right, and you know that. Don't go gimpy on her. And you did. So now we call you Captain Gimpy. Your name is on your work. It's on it, like it or not. It's on your work. Relieve suffering caused by crime is the job, and it's the only thing required of your job. And you can't even do that. You can't even fucking do that. We're taxpayers. What are we paying you for? People want to defund police because of the failure of police to handle things appropriately and professionally and effectively and efficiently. Stop the crime and the suffering caused by crime. That's your job. I live in Tulsa 9 years. I've been in Oklahoma 9 years. Everybody's wondering, why is she not with her family? That's why she came here. When's the last time they were together that they didn't all feel threatened? Why is Charles always with them? Why is Sicko always with her family? I will not lie for you, Charles. I will not be trafficked. You guys get anywhere near me, I kid you not, I'll beat the hell out of you. Your balls will be in your brain. Houston guy, fuck off. You don't have a choice. As much as we quote you, you're as delusional whack job as he is. If you think you have a choice, you don't have a choice. Fuck off. I hate you too. I don't even know you. I've never met you. Your balls will be in your brain if you get anywhere near me. You fuck off, sir. I'm not to be sold. That is a crime. It's sick. What day will they arrest y'all? Why do you think we're getting this? How do I know I need to speak to the traffic court case? How did I know that I heard you guys last night? Wait till she goes to sleep. We're all watching her in the privacy of her home. We're all sick, twisted little voyeurs. When she goes to sleep, take her car. Take her driver's license. Take her computer. Which one of you has my social security card? I heard y'all talking about that. Which one of you said, I've got her social security card right here? It's on the docket. We put that in there that you stole it. That's what traffickers do. That's what traffickers do. You're caught when you do it to me. You're caught when you do the crime to me. When you do the crime to me, Houston realtor bitch, you're so pathetic you can't get a date the normal way. You're just pathetic. You embarrass me too. You embarrass me too. All that money and you can't get a date the normal way. Jesus. You think I would walk in a room with you? You're off your nut. You're off your nut. All of you are. You're off your nut. How much money have you spent to get us intel? Because nothing else has happened in all these years but that. Ask the Muffin Man. Who's nicknamed Muffin Man? Who's nicknamed Muffin Man? So, what is TPD hiding that they won't give me the list? He never said there's no list. He said the list isn't relevant. Charles, when you contact me, we get more. Charles, when you contact me, we find out more. Charles, every fucking time you contact me, we get more because you're pissing people off. Because I told you, do not contact me again. Do not contact me again. Do not contact me anymore. Do not. Get away from me. Get off me, rapist. Get away from me, rapist. Get off me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Do not contact me again. I fucking hate it. I hate you. I hate everything you do. I'm sorry for you that you've chosen to be a sick, twisted motherfucking serial killer. But don't forget who it is that caught that. It wasn't TPD. It wasn't Jason White. It was me and the guys helping me. Just like that. I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter. I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter. as lawmen and women, he didn't say women because he's a dude, were called by God to relieve suffering caused by crime. And if you fail at that, who all do you got to answer to at the end of the day? If you can't do it, don't be in law enforcement. Get out of it. The dispatcher testified Lucky would pull people over and not call it in until sometimes after he made an arrest. That's not smart as a cop to do that. I don't know why he did that, but it may have been, at the end of the day, part of what, he needed. He tried to do too much by himself. He tried to fucking do too much by himself. But you didn't have the right to kill him. You don't have the right to frame Mike. And then what? You told him, we'll give you a deal. You say whatever you need to say to appease somebody at that moment with no intention at all of keeping your agreements or your promises. You did it to me in the bond conditions. I promise I'll leave her alone if she'll stay quiet about what we just did. That was as legal as it gets. The second my feet hit Oklahoma dirt, Mr. Perry types in my phone, I was hoping you had asked to see me. Jesus in heaven. Why in the fuck would I do that? Why in the fuck would I ask the man who just took my home, took my reputation, smeared me all over the news, tried to kill me, and that I want to see you? Talk about delusion. Talk about mental illness. John Hinckley Jr. had an imaginary affair with Jodie Foster, killed the president, or tried to, shot President Reagan, and then was disappointed that Jodie wasn't impressed. What's the difference, whack job? Every time you contact me, Mr. Perry, we get more information. I said don't contact me, get away from me. Every time you contact me, Mr. Perry, it makes my skin crawl, it makes me want to throw up. It's gross. You're gross. I left. I don't like you. I don't like you. You're sick and twisted and weirdo. I've never met anybody as weirdo as you. It's awful. You're awful. You horrify people. You're horrifying everybody. You horrify everybody. The same way Epstein did. The same way Casey Anthony did. Horrify. Anger. So we get information and nobody will help you. Period. I'm not going to be sold, Houston Realtor guy. Listen to me. I'm going to say this to you for the last fucking time. I'm not going to be sold. I'm not going to be sold. It comes with a life sentence to traffic a person. I will not be sold. I will not go with you. You want to try to starve me into it? You want us to give us? You want to give us more until the day you're arrested? Finally, is that what you want? That's what you're about to get. That's about exactly what you are about to get. Deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce this woman to be trafficked against her will. Is that what you want? I was supposed to testify for Mike Neely. My testimony is on the docket. I made sure it got there, one way or the other. I'm not changing my story, Mr. Perry. Did you want me to lie about knowing Mike was drugged in March 2020 before anyone else said it, or that was confirmed months later in depositions in May 2020? Not put on the docket until like June or July. Everybody hates you because you do nothing but cause ruin and suffering and fear and sadness and anxiety and stress and anger. I can get information at the snap of a finger, and nobody will tell you who's doing that. I said no. Get away from me. Get the fuck out of my life. My guy said, Charles, get out of my life. You have a gun, you have a knife, you have DNA, you have mitochondrial DNA, you got a shoe print, you got this, you got that. And all of it is a lie. All of it is a lie. Every part of that is a lie. The guy's helping me record y'all talking about that shit all the time. Shoe print. They got all kinds of recordings about the shoe print. Got a recording of somebody telling an attorney, I can't put her at the crime scene. I can't do it. Charles ran off all her friends. It's not like she's got a group of friends I can go to and say, she ever been here? Because he ran all her friends off. He's a bully. Ran her friends off, ran her family. All she does is go to work and to the store, and that's it. I can't even put her at the scene. And the guy said she's going to have a public defender. He won't think of that. And he said, have you met her? She will. Did you not look at what she did on Mike's case? She'll think of it. Did you fall down and bonk your little head on the pavement? Was that Richard that said that? How do I know there was that conversation? About the hair color changing and the tan. You know, Cindy's not tan and the girl that did it is. Right? Cigarette, collecting my cigarette. We've already talked about all this at length. I need her lighter. You got my lighter out of my car. Right out of my car. That's illegal. Now it's fruit of the poisonous, whether I did the crime or not. Right? I don't do anything. The guys that tell me what you guys do would have put me in jail. They wouldn't trust me. They wouldn't want to work with me. They would put me in jail themselves. If I did a murder, that's not my thing. If I wanted, let me tell you something. If there's anybody on the planet that I would like to be dead, it's you. And you're fine. Murder is not an answer for anything at all. It doesn't solve anybody's problem at all. But if there's a motive for murder, the motive for me would be to kill you, so you're not around to bother me anymore, and cause one problem after another, and lie about me, and slander me, and yet ruin relationships, and take everything I own. But the thing is, that's not my deal. I don't do murder. That's not how you solve problems. But if there's a motive there, it's to kill you. I don't even know who's dead. I don't know who's dead. You change it all the time. First it was Caitlin Arquette, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't kill Caitlin Arquette. I've never held a gun, by the way. I've never held one. My great-granddad gave my dad some kind of replica gun with, like, ivory handles, and then my dad had some other revolver replica gun. They weren't even guns that you shoot. I held those. I've never shot an actual gun. I have not held one. You'd have to plant my fingerprints. I've not held a gun in my entire life. I'm not the kind of person that goes around doing criminal shit because you think the guys helping me would help me if I was, or work with me if I was. Of course they wouldn't. They're not TPD. They do care about their reputation. They're not going to hook up with somebody who's a criminal. They're just not going to do it. They're elite. They're above the best. Can't you see by what we're doing? You can't see it, Mr. Perry? Look at that. I'm saying it before. I'm not in jail. I'm not trying to explain something away. I'm telling everybody right now before Mr. Perry threatens me with this every day. I'm going to put you back in jail, so you have to be trafficked. You won't have a choice, or you can rot in jail. Okay? For the record, everybody make sure everybody knows. It's not like it's the first time I've said this. I've said it over and over and over. Mr. Perry, I get that you got Alzheimer's and you can't remember shit. I'll have to say it again in 5 minutes. But everybody else does not have that. Everybody else remembers just fine. Has she not already talked about this over and over and over and over? When you contact me, we get more. We find out more. When you peep on me, we find out more. Nothing else has happened in a decade but that. Nothing, Mr. Perry, nothing else has happened in a decade but you get told on. You're spending a hell of a lot of money to get told on, to get us intel. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think. Nobody understands why you think I would. Nobody understands that. Whack job. Didn't ask you, did I, Connie? You and Connie Curry ought to go out. You're the same, both of you. Nosy body, never shut up. You gotta tell everybody what you think. Nobody asked you. Nobody fucking cares. They care about the victims, not you. There, everybody, we can get intel, Mr. Perry, because everybody cares about the victims, not you. Mr. Perry, listen to the words I'm saying. Try to understand the words. Get your special ed teacher. No one cares about what you think or how you feel or what you want, or you either, Houston realtor guy. They care about the victims. That's why I can get information at the snap of a finger as Sonjay, as Beverly, and you can't. You get turned away, empty-handed. You got nothing. Who gets me this? You don't know. How do they get it? You don't know. Leaks, wiretap orders, we don't know. I'm not even told that. I'm not told that. You can sort all that out in your criminal case. Right now, you're not entitled to that information. Right now, you're just entitled to the information is everybody fucking hates you. Because you make everybody's life hell. Everybody hates you. Do not contact me again. He said, I'm going to say this again. How many times have I said it in just this one podcast? Her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You don't contact her or her family ever again in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. And she's not to be broke again. He said it in March 2020. I'm not interested in the threats and the bribes. You owe me a legit debt, pay that, and get out. I said in March 2020, get my club full of paying customers who aren't weird and grabby. Because you ran everybody off. Get Fabian and Tristan up here so we can talk, and you butt out. It's not your business. Get my money back to me that you took. It's legit money. It's a legit debt owed. I'm not taking a bribe. I'm not going to lie for you. And get Mike Neely home to his family. And you laughed at me. And now we have Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Sonjay, Beverly, Lawrence, Andrew, Ruben, James, Richard, Dickie, Blankenship, Desiree, and your nickname guy, Muffin Man. Okay? You happy? Your money bought us that. You got nothing else. I found out I was trafficked before I was trafficked. You got nothing else. We're having to deal with the traffic court case that supposedly you had nothing to do with. I said not guilty, period. Pullover shouldn't happen to begin with. Give me a list of pullovers. I'm targeted. Not only that, but I'm trying to talk to a TPD officer about the crime committed against me, and he didn't want to hear it. That's called gender discrimination. My equal right to protection in the application of the laws in the state of where I live are violated all over the fucking place. All he cared about is I can't write this ticket fast enough. Fine, we'll see you in court. By the way, you just told me you're not traffic, you're patrol, and that you can take complaints that might have something to do with domestic violence, and I made him say it twice. I want to make sure when we go to court, that he can tell me, he can't say I didn't understand my duties. Because we were told about the pullovers. Over and over and over and over. Recording after recording after recording after recording, Calvin. Pull her over, cause a problem, pull her over, cause a problem, pull her over, harass. Lucky complained about it. We got tired of them calling us, wanting her pulled over. We got sick of it. I got stuff to do. We're busy. We got a schedule with activities and shit. Normal stuff. Why isn't Charles? Why isn't Calvin? Why isn't Lucius? Why isn't Houston realtor guy? Huh? What is wrong with you? That you don't have a busy schedule like everybody else doing normal shit normal people do. Why aren't you with your family? Why are you bothering mine? So, we had a plan. Here's the thing. This is what they're going to do. Let's all make sure this goes to court. And in court, here's what we'll do. The guy opened the door. I walked right in. I'm good at what I do. I can do a sting up and you won't know that's what I'm doing. That's what I did with him. I'm asking him to repeat what you... Wait a second, officer. You just told me that you're not traffic, you're patrol, and you can take complaints that have something to do other than traffic. Yes. It's not relevant, but please tell me again, what is that? I can take complaints that are outside of just traffic. So if somebody's harassing me, like I just said they were, you can take my complaint? Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. He had no fucking idea what I just did until I said this is what I just did. And it's that way all the time. How many people have I done that and they don't know what I got? They don't know what they gave me. You're a job, Charles, and that's it. Your crime has been more uncovered since you've done it to me than ever in your life before. You spent a hell of a lot of money between the months of March 2020 and right now getting us intel. Nobody else has gotten before. Who is it you think you're fooling? Stupid. You're stupid. Criminals are stupid or they wouldn't be criminals. You know who told me that? Well, a lot of people say that. A lot of people just say that. Marcus Harper told me that. I'm like, you guys are pretty good on the first 48. Looks like you got a high close rate. At the time, I didn't realize they were ignoring threats. So we all end up on the first 48. We all end up dead. Yeah, it's easy to click. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. You got a desk full of threats you did nothing with. And, oh, we don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. I heard that twice. I heard that from Detective Egan after my false arrest, and I come back and I'm trying to give her my evidence, and she didn't want to see it. And then the second was the hit and run. This might be stalking related. What does connecting the dots say a cop's to do? Watch it again. Not what she did. We don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. And I looked at her and I go, today it is. And I shoved my papers under the glass and I left. What in the fuck was that? That's not policing. I don't know what the hell that is. Thank you for almost... You could get me killed, lady. You have no idea. That's not your job as a police officer or desk clerk or whatever the fuck it is you do. Your job is to relieve suffering caused by crime and protect life. You just showed depraved indifference to human life. I am a victim of a serious crime, and you don't give a fuck. Nor did the traffic cop guy that pulled me over. What's wrong? I mean, what is wrong? Somebody else is helping me. And nobody will tell you who. Nobody will help you with that. You make all kinds of calls. And you're not finding out anything, are you? Because they're not going to risk a leak. We don't have leaks. You do. I can get information. You can't. You're very hated. You're very fucking hated people. So Marcus tells me, Sergeant Harper tells me, it's not that hard. If guy A threatens guy B and guy B ends up dead, guy A did it, most likely. So you start looking at that. Why is he threatening? And then guy B ends up dead. So it's not hard to solve it. That aside, I actually personally don't think it's hard to solve a murder. I don't. I think it's... But maybe you have to have a knack for... I don't know. I think solving murders is not that hard. If you do it right, if you go collect the evidence properly, as soon as possible, before anything has a chance to contaminate a crime scene. Get it? When I went in and I said, on the 21st, I'm being threatened and harassed by a stalker, there needed to be a blood test to rule out or confirm arsenic, because that's what you said you gave me. You gave Mike opioids, you gave me arsenic. We both suffer the degradation of our evidence. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513 prohibits everything you're doing to me. That's just some of it. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. The little chick at work, Amanda, interference with commerce with intent to coerce. Interference with contracts. Deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce. Calvin, you're fucked. You don't know. You have no idea. You don't even know. I have your name. I know you're bald and fat. That ought to scare the shit out of you, and it doesn't. Because you're stupid. You're not smart enough for it to scare the shit out of you. So we have all this. Get our car when she goes to sleep. Because we're voyeurs and we'll see when she goes to sleep. Right? We need to traffic her to Houston. I said no. I said get the fuck away from me. That's what I meant. He said in March 2020. This was today. We heard you this morning. That's not what she said in her argument. What she said in her argument is that there's a list that TPD won't give her. Why won't they give it to her? Mr. Perry, when you contact me, we get these recordings right here. Nobody's helping you. Nobody wants to help you. Nobody understands why you think they would. Nobody understands why you think people care what you think. Shut up and get away from me. Shut the hell up and go away. Weirdo. So you're horrifying everybody. Horrifying everybody. So we can get this morning. The conversation about traffic court. I said it's a Brady violation to withhold the list. Give me the list. He said, no, it's not relevant. The judge said, I need a brief filed. Why is it? Tell me why you think that this is not relevant. He didn't give us that. He gave us some bullshit. Doesn't even have anything to do with what I said. It's not. You can't have a hearing for dismissal on the grounds of insufficient evidence. Give me the list, was my request, or dismiss this. It's a Brady violation. It's an intentional concealment of a material fact. That's perjury. You got a duty to disclose it. You're intentionally concealing it. It's significant enough to change the decision of the deciding body. It could change the outcome. My assertion is the pullover shouldn't happen to begin with. Give me the fucking list. Or tell us why it's not relevant. Looks to me like it's pretty fucking relevant. Hand over the fucking list. Insufficient evidence was never said, never asserted, so here we go. And they're having a meeting about it today. And we hear the meeting. Quote one of our meetings, name one of our guys, Sanjay. One. You can't do it. We have no leaks. You do. People like us, they don't like you. So we got that. Every time Charles contacts me, it's sickening, so we get more. All that money you've paid for a cover-up got us more, and nothing else. There's no murder, Charles. If I have a reason or a motive to kill someone, that would be you. That would be you. Misery ends when you're gone. But you're still here. You're fine. Because that is not how you solve a problem. Murder is not how you solve a problem. That's a great way to make all the problems that you had before much, much worse. See, I'm not a criminal, and I'm not stupid. You are. Biology, theory of criminology says criminals are stupid. Low IQ and can't control themselves. They have low IQ and low... You're living, breathing proof that's true. You're living, breathing proof that is absolutely the case. Now, there we go with you want a whole album on You Want to Take My Car. Gosh, what's one more recording? A whole album on this is the sex trafficking. You want to sell me, you're caught. And I said no. Coercion, selling people, that's all criminal activity. Bad, sick, you get a life sentence, bitch. Okay, you're paying us a lot of money. You're paying out a lot of money to cover something up, only to get us this. Okay? Houston Fat Realtor, whatever. You go fuck yourself. I don't want anything to do with you. Who gave us this? Who gave us this? You still don't know the significance of this email right here. You still don't know. You don't get it. You're stupid. You better figure it out. What is the significance of this email right here from 2015? I'm not going to help you. It is unbelievable you think I would help you. There's no fucking way. Fuck off. Get away from me. People were horrified by what you were telling them you were going to do to me, and so we got it before you did it. Months before you did it. A reporter said had they done in March 2020 what she told them to do, if she continued to assert that they killed Lucky and framed Mike, we would think that she was wrong, if not a little nutty. But that's not what they did. Had they got Mike home and could stand up and say, we got him home, we backed the blue. Anybody can see there's no way he could have done this, but we didn't. Look, we got him home. She's doing fine. There's no witness tampering. There's no sign of that. But that's not what they've done. She's fucking broke. She's living in her car for the first time in her life. She can't hardly eat. They're trying to starve her until she lies. That's all we've heard for years. They're trying to starve me till I lie. So she's telling the truth. And we know that by what they do all day with their time and their money. Your money bought us that. And you don't know what that means, that we have it. You don't know. You're stupid. It's embarrassing. Huntington's disease. You can't. Your wires are crossed in your head. I have this before you did it, not after. What does it mean that we have it before? We heard you talking about. I have her social security card. It's right here. See. Last night. That's what traffickers do. They get your personal documents. You've been trying to get my driver's license, my computer, my car, mess up all my income. So you think I'll get so desperate, I'll go, okay, now I'll be trafficked. Mr. Perry types in my phone last night. We have a surprise for you. No, we have a surprise for you. Sir, it's called handcuffs. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to shut up. Any stupid thing you say and do can and will be held against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford one, we'll get the dumbest fuck we've got just for you. You're a cop killer. Believe me, they'll get the dumbest fuck just for you. We have all that before, not after. What does that mean? You don't know, because you're stupid. You don't know what it means that we have that. We're tired of dealing with you and you're stupid. This right here, the guys that got me that, March 2020, David, Lucius, Calvin, Houston realtor guy, they got that to me in jail. That's not just some random name, that's Fabian's name. That's Fabian's name, intersecting with the word hope. Here's the thing, if there was a choice, this is not a choice, but let's just say there, for argument's sake, there was, you got a sadist, necrophiliac, peeping Tom, sick motherfucker, who is so cruel that he thinks it's cool to beat down women and kids. He thinks that's cute. Who's lazy and fat and boring and strange-o. Do you want that sin? Or do you want a man who works hard, who's normal and kind and fun to hang out with and cool and not strange-o? It won't embarrass the hell out of you. With a weirdo problem. It's not even a choice. I told you got to be normal to ride this ride. You won't get near me. You won't. Houston guy, your balls will be in your brain too. You get anywhere near me. I'm not kidding. I don't know why you guys think that's a joke. It's not a joke. Then you have the power to get that to me in jail. Who are you fucking with that can do that? Who are you fucking with? Give me people names that work with you. Beverly. Who the fuck is Beverly? Sonjay. Who the fuck are those people, Charles? Nobody will tell you anything. You have leaks, we don't. We don't take any chances. There's not going to be a leak. There's not going to be a leak. Leave me the fuck alone. March 2020. Her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You don't contact her or her family ever again. In any form at all. Directly or indirectly. She's not to be broke anymore. You give back what you took and you get the fuck out. You don't have a choice. As much as we quote you, you should know at this point, the choice is, are you going to stop yourself or are they going to do it for you? I don't want your buy-a-lie money. I don't want anything you have. I don't want your little surprise. What I want is that whatever is legally owed to me that you took, I want it back. And I want for you to get the fuck out of my life. Part of what you owe me legally is my privacy. My privacy, sir, is not to be invaded anymore. I will not be trafficked. You don't get to coerce me. All of you, get the fuck away from me. TPD, I told you guys in a letter to Jerry Bender, your attorney, after the fucking cop tells me we don't take evidence here. That's not what we do here. And I said, it is today. Be a cop, please. That's what I'm paying you for. In my taxes, every time I go to the store and buy something, or wherever his taxes come from, they go into your wallet. They give you a house and a car and clothes you're wearing right now. I want you to be a cop right now and collect the evidence properly. Don't tell me we don't take evidence here. Take it. Get me a detective and put a stop to the crime. Or not. I have help from somewhere else. I really don't need you. You're getting a chance right here to participate in doing a job of law enforcement, and you don't want that, I guess. I could have sued TPD for giving my police report to the offender in 2016. I didn't. What I said is, I'm gonna out-cop you. Watch me. I'm gonna out-cop you. Watch me. Okay, well, I did find out the thing with Mike. Neely, you did not. He is an officer down in need of an assist. We don't leave him behind. If you were in an active shooter situation, would you leave him behind if he was shot? Why are you leaving me behind now? He was drugged. What's the difference? Somebody tried to kill him. Why weren't you there for him and for me? We're a law enforcement family. I come from 4 generations of cop. It doesn't get any more cop family than me, and Mike is a cop. Why would you leave us behind? Why would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that? You don't, just even humanity. Depraved indifference to human life. Depraved indifference to human life. Depraved indifference to human life. And everybody can't figure out why you have leaks and we don't. Yeah. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Period. As much as we quote you, nobody understands why you think you have a choice.
You stalk me, that's why I leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes
No,
and I leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please
happened?
leave me alone.
What's
Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave
You
me
can tell
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures? You want,
I got
I'll
scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're gonna
I don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can
find
bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army.
You're gonna
I don't
find
give a
out.
fuck.
This make you